Hello, this is Unfiltered Opinions, an initiative by Unacademy. My name is Abhijit Ray and I have secured All India rank 50 in this time Civil Service Exam 2021. And I'm going to be taking or answering rather a few quick questions that are very popular on YouTube by aspirants. I would say yes, it is sufficient, but then again it depends on the person. It depends on the type of coaching that you take. It's only practice, 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 nothing else, and revise, 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 to put it in a nutshell. My exam day strategy was wake up early, try to do a little bit of yoga, clear your mind and come with a fresh mind, because it's more of a mind game that this exam is than anything else. So UPSC preparation for me was the study, so I could manage it pretty well, if you know what I mean. Well, you have to start from somewhere. It's a very good question, but you again have to start from somewhere. I think toppers videos are beneficial in this regard, but yeah, the answer remains. I mean, you have to start from somewhere. You have to take the leap of faith. Well, again, that depends from person to person. For me, it was a completely new subject, so that was a cons. And but the pros is that it's a very interesting subject. It is more science oriented as well as humanities oriented, so that interest is sustained. And it can be very good scoring if you are able to study it in the right way with the correct amount of depth. Well, any content that with experience you're going to realize what is needed and what is not. For the initial days, you can rely on toppers' guidance, but that would be it. I mean, whatever you find relevant from your experience, do read that. Well, ideal as per my opinion is that you divide the notes into various high yield topics and then you keep adding parts to it. My simple process that I followed is you work very, very hard to make very good notes, but then after that you stop that process and then you only revise and practice. Well, newspaper reading has been growing in importance, although I had never done newspaper reading per se, but I would not suggest other people not to do it. And supplementing it with other coaching material that is freely available, because they are compiled really well. Well, again, there are very expert people who have explained how to simplify and read editorials. I would say editorial reading is very important. Specifically for me, it was very enlightening in my interview preparation. But please go by the guidance given by experts on how to read editorials. The first and the most obvious mistake is trying to think that my content is not enough and questions will be asked outside it, and that I am not going to make it because my notes are not enough. Well, I can tell you from experience that the gain that you're going to have by revising your material again and again will be more than the gain that you may have by adding to your material in the last few days of revision. It is the end game because you test yourself. Otherwise, in your study and revision, it's only study that you are doing. And one thing that mock helps us to do is helps us to understand the way we think and way we write answers, be it mains and prelims, and even interviews also. So I have benefited by mock tests, mock mains exam and mock interviews a lot. This mains thing is a very tiring exercise. I mean, if I have to say one thing which I did not enjoy was the few days of mains, because it takes a toll on your mind. The preparation for the exam is very enjoyable, but the actual exam process is not very enjoyable. So what I did was I tried to listen to some music before going in, or try to be on my own, take a walk down the road near the exam center. I mean, anything that makes you click, man. There is no hard and fast rule. Well, number one, be cheerful, have a positive attitude, because these things matter no matter what anyone says. Because think of it from the person who is taking an interview. Think of it from his perspective. He or she is taking so many candidates interview. If you have a positive attitude, even they are going to feel nice talking to you. And the second thing is, don't bluff. Don't ever bluff. Just have a smile and say, sir or madam, I'm really sorry, I'm unable to recall. Be humble, because these are qualities that they appreciate, and it's required in life also to progress. Important question, because emotional intelligence, as you know, helps us to balance, or I would say handle the ups and downs. It will come slowly with the preparation as you become more comfortable in your own skin while studying civil service. The support system that you have, that helps to develop emotional intelligence. But being aware that these negative thoughts can affect you, and proactively trying to move away from any negative influence, for example social media and all these things, can help you develop or sustain that emotional intelligence. But that's again something that is varied from person to person. This is something very difficult to answer, because it's again a very, very personal thing, that whether civil services is something that works for you or not. Just I don't know, I mean, just try to see if helping other people, seeing good happening in and around you, actually gives you happiness, and be very honest to yourself. And like I keep saying, that it's very important to be clear in your mind why you want to give this exam before you start giving this exam. So I think that is the way probably to see if civil services is your cup of tea. Try doing in the initial days the hectic schedule of civil service preparation. Push yourself and see if you are able to sustain that interest after 1 or 2 months. You'll probably have a feel from your inner voice. So that would be very effective. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure answering the questions. Thank you.